Guys and gals, welcome back to my channel. No, that's not how it goes. It's been a while. Guys, it's Billy Mack and welcome back to my channel. Here we are back in the garage and I got a bit of a dilemma here. And no, it's not the hole in my pants. Let's see what it is. Come with me. Come on, come on. On my travels for work, I picked up a brand new fuel cell from Westgate Performance just outside of Boston. And as you know, I built this floor for that fuel cell. This fuel cell is a little bit different than that one. It's a little bit narrower here, a little bit taller here. This is a 10 gallon, that's a 15 gallon. I assume that this is all I need, but unfortunately, yeah, we gotta modify this floor one more time. Say it. One more time. That is all. That's it. I'm not going to do this floor. Probably not going to do this floor again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my marker. I'm going to trace out where this needs to go. And yeah. We're going to get to cutting. Could I leave it here? You know what? I probably could. This is kind of how it has to go. As you can see, I have the cutout here from the last tank. You know what? I could probably sit here and there'd never be any problems. Actually, let me do a little bit of a cut. And you know that I have that piece in the back, just that little trim piece there to make it look pretty. Maybe not even gonna look pretty because I'm gonna have carpet on it, but I'm gonna cut that out and I'm gonna get this sitting flush on the floor. Let's see how it looks and then we'll go from there. If we have to build a little bit of a support or get some straps for this one here, no big deal. It might be easier. But if it doesn't look right and it doesn't fit right because we have the return here and we also have the vent over here, I mean, realistically, there's definitely enough room up here, but I'd like to have maybe another inch. At least. Same as on this side here. This vent, I could run it up and out and wherever it goes, it's no big deal. But down here, we'd have to kind of go with a 90 degree right off here and mount our fuel pump and filters to the bottom. So what I was thinking on doing is having this sit back a little bit further, maybe about there, running a Y off this and having these two into the Y, into the filters. But I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be a go or not. We shall see. Worst case Ontario, I will cap one of these off and run just like this one here was done. So no big deal. We'll figure that one out as we go. But what I need to do first is I need to figure out if I'm going to leave this flush or if I'm going to cut everything back out and drop it down into the tank or into the trunk, leaving maybe this much exposed. Now, the reason I don't really want to drop it down there is because I still have a tranny cooler to mount and I'm still thinking about running my rad back here to keep as much room in the engine bay as possible. So again, I'm going to get to cutting this. I'm going to cut that piece off. And then we'll get this sitting down flat and seeing if that is going to work for us. If not, we'll try something else. Patience now, I will be right back. Okay, after some cutting, this is where we are going to be at. It is on a bit of an angle because it's mounted on there's a little bit of a sump down here. It tapers down. So I will make it flat. What I need now is some angle iron, some angle metal. I'll build a frame for it, and then once the frame's built, then I will mount it in the frame and weld onto these braces that I did cut off. There is one brace here, and there's a brace that comes to here, and a brace that comes to there. So we'll just add that into the angle, mount it up nice and pretty. And then this here, I want it so it kind of slides right in. So, yeah. After a bunch of cutting, a bunch of this and that, and yeah, boy, that's where it's gonna sit. If you look under here, it's not super low. So it'll be perfect, I believe. Lots of room for activities. And again, what we'll do is we'll run the carpet all the way over to here. That's that. I can't go any further because I don't have the angle iron. And everything's closed right now. It is Saturday, so hopefully I can get into town to grab some angle iron tomorrow. If not, it's gonna have to wait till Monday. But what we can do now is we can come over here, grab our Willwood disc brake proportioning valve, and figure out how the heck we are going to mount this to the car. What do you think, Chuck? Yeah? What do you think? Okay. What are we gonna do now, bud? Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? What? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So what I think I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rip this front end off. It's gotta be resprayed again, so I'm not too picky with it, but I might as well get it off to make some space. Am I right? Speak. Oh, yeah. He gonna speak for you. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna grab this, rip this off, figure out where I'm gonna put it, and then I'm gonna get in there and we'll start working on the brake lines, get that brake line done for the up front, for the proportioning valve. Back here, I'm not sure if I'm gonna remake the exhaust hot side yet or not. The engine does have to go back a little bit. So it's right now, it is, you know, maybe 4 inches away from the firewall, and it can go back another couple inches. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that the engine is back as far as it can be. What you doing? Huh? Yeah, it's Canada, so we got the heater on. What do you got under there? Huh? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? You want to help me take this front end off? You think you can do it? You think you can do it? You can take that front end off by yourself. Oh, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can take that front end off. Okay. Regardless, forget all that other stuff that I just said. Boom, boom, bing. I'm going to take this off now. Time lapse. Here we go. There we go. Everything is off, as you guys just seen. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in here, make it a little bit easier. We're gonna take out this old proportioning valve. Get rid of it. It's no good. And we are going to figure out a good way to mount that one. And then again, like I was saying, we have to get the engine hoist back in here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the engine. We're gonna go over the whole engine again because it has been sitting for about a year. Go over the whole thing again because I know there was some condensation that got in the heads and just above the valves. There's a little bit of, you know, corrosion. Nothing really. I mean, I imagine it would be fine to start it and go over it again. I imagine it would be fine to start it and do whatever, but I'm gonna make it good. Timing cover's got to come off. We're gonna mount a oil feed on there for the turbo. I am going to replace these with some new hardware, some good 8.5 or 8.8 hardware, and just go over everything here in the front end, because once it goes back in, that's it. Is that it? Is that it? I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this manifold off, toss it upstairs, and then get back down here so I have a little bit more room and get to the proportioning valve. Okay, all this is off. That's about where the proportioning valve is gonna sit. Now what I have to do is fool around with this here. Again, try to make the lines fit up. Yeah. Amazon flaring kits. China. So it is what it is. I guess I'll have to get to it. You want to go in the house, don't you? You want to go inside? Yeah, you want to go inside, don't you? Is that what you want to do? Yeah, so Chuck wants to go inside. We got to get out to the gym because, like, I'm driving truck a few days a week, so I got to be going to the gym every day I'm home. My son's going to be around tomorrow, I believe, so we'll be able to hammer out that brake line setup tomorrow. And, well, it'll be a quick wait for you guys, but for us, it's going to be the next day, so stay tuned. Norm!
What's going on?
Hi.
I got the clippers there.
Got the clippers.
James says to turn off the hose so it doesn't freeze.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. All right. So we're taking a little break from the car right now. We are going to clip up this hair. And let's get set up. So get that bucket, flip it over, and plug the clippers in here. We're going old school on the clip.
I look when I come home from work.
Yeah, that's you got the gear on now, brother.
Yeah.
So we're gonna set you guys up over here, and we'll put it on some time lapse, and I guess you can see Barber Bill at work. How's it feel?
Freshly shaved.
Fresh
ready for
cut.
passport pictures.
Ready for passport pictures? All right.
Car time.
Car time. So he's going to help me get this set up here. We're going to get the proportioning valve going. I'm going to show him how to make some brake lines. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right. So, as most of you guys do know, I guess we better get to the story. This here is my son, Nate. He is 23 years old, and he lives in a van.
Down by the river.
Down by the river. So, should we tell him a little bit about your story?
It's like,
Him and his girlfriend are taking some time right now, so he's going to be back here for a bit and working with us. So we got to get him, we got to get him working on something, get him doing something. So Nate, this here is a proportioning valve. What it does is it allows fluid from the brakes. It goes to, like right now, the fluid will equally go to the front and the rear, but it could be more pressure to the back than the front. So we have to make sure that the back doesn't have
action with the flux capacitor. Carry the two, changing its atomic isotoner into a radioactive spider. Thank you, science.
a lot of pressure. So with this here valve, you can adjust the pressure going to the back. So what we have to do is we have to make a line like this one to go into here and then into here, okay? And then we can adjust it. But we also have to make some kind of a bracket. So that's what we'll do first. We'll take this off. So if you just want to unscrew this, and we'll take that, we'll get this bracket unscrewed or unbolted from here, and we'll make another bracket that goes into that one. You're smart. He's a smart boy. All right, so we might have two holes in there, but the mount is off. It's in Nathan's hands. We got the first flare on there. So we'll go over and make another flare over there. But first, what we have to do is we have to kind of make a new bracket. There's a bracket that I had made up. This is how this proportioning valve mounts, and then this one mounts vertical, and that one's horizontal. So time to change that up. Okay, this is our mount 2.0. It's a little bit more sturdy than the last one. I am gonna clean it up a bit. This is kind of raw form. The other one just didn't really work well. So this one here, it's gonna hold that up nice and straight, and it's very, very sturdy once that's mounted. The problem is I don't have any shorter nuts and bolts to mount it here to the side. But for now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna scuff this down. The bracket, we'll get it painted. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna trace this around there so it's all nice and fitted. And I'll get Nathan to run in the house, grab some black paint. We'll paint this up, and then tomorrow we will head to the hardware store. We have some running around to do, and we will mount this for goods. For goods. Also, what we need to pick up tomorrow is we need some angle iron, some half square tubing kind of dealio. We're gonna build a frame for this so we can get this mounted in. The goal this week is to have this all mounted in, redo the sheet metal on the floor, so it's ready for when the carpet comes in. We can lay the carpet down and it's good to go. We don't have to take it off. For now, that's it. get back in the house. Well, actually, we'll get this sprayed, but you guys can, yeah. So want to go in the house and grab black trim clad. It's down in the basement.
Black trim clad?
Yeah, you can ask Jamie where it is, and primer.
Black trim.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, I'll trim this all off and get it all cut up and fitted. All right. Okay. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to trim off up here and kind of follow the contour of there until about here. And then we'll leave it just to give it that extra durability and strength. But yeah, so I'm gonna get to that now. That's gonna be it for this video. I might as well edit it and get it in there. You guys can see the rest. But for now, yeah, that's where we're at. We're waiting for parts to dry. Tomorrow we gotta go pick up those items. Hopefully we'll get back in the garage tomorrow for a bit. But for now, please like and subscribe. I'm Billy Mac, that's Nate. Welcome back to the channel.